Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today I prepare an easy goat cheese appetizer and visit the ladies behind Two Hot Mamas food products. But first, acquapazzo, which is Italian for crazy water. Well, I was finally able to tie down Mark Canzanetta. You are one busy guy.
I am busy. Thank you, Casey. It's nice to see you.
There's been a lot of changes here. You may remember the old Culinary Arts on McClurg Road. Well, now it's Acquapazzo.
It is Acquapazzo.
And I just love the warmth and the concept.
Well, we built Acquapazzo. You know, I had this idea flashing around in my head for the last 25 years, all my travels throughout the United States and in the country, in the world. And this restaurant always was close to my heart. It just never had the right time to come out of it yet. And to now, last May 7th, it was time for Acquapazzo to be born. And that's when we brought it to the Mahoning Valley, and I'm so proud of it, so proud of the people that are around me and my staff, and thankful to Tom Ziden for helping me bring my dream come true, and Johnny Corey for all the amazing branding. You know, it takes a lot of talented people to make a restaurant like this happen, and we have that.
Why do you think it needed the change from when it was the Culinary Arts Center? Because it was a beautiful room.
Oh, it was absolutely stunning.
And you kept the open kitchen concept.
Yeah, we did keep the open kitchen concept. What we did was we opened it up. We wanted to make it, I wanted it to be like coming over to Grandma's house on Sunday. So I wanted that warmth and that heartfelt feeling in a place that you create memories at, like you did at Grandma's house, because we always revert to our childhood. So we blew out the wall over here and we added all these beautiful structural beams. And so it feels like now the kitchen is now connected to the to the bar. And that makes it wonderful, because now it's like the roar of the crowd, and you come here and everybody's talking and having such a great time and laughing and just having great conversations, and people are talking to their tables next to them. You know, I wanted it to be, like I said, Grandma's house on Sunday afternoon.
More communal.
Exactly. Communal is the perfect word. One of my favorite restaurants in the United States is the Purple Pig in Chicago.
Yes.
And the only thing I didn't get was my huge communal Last Supper table. Yeah. But we have the Godfather table. Okay. So we have the Godfather table, which is great. And we're at the Godfather table. And, you know, a lot of business is done here with a lot of Valley clients. So it's just a warm restaurant. You feel like you could come every day. Whereas the other one felt like an occasion restaurant.
Yeah, a special occasion and a beautiful room. You know, you felt more Miami Beach.
You did,
than
and that's how it was
Ohio.
designed,
Yeah.
and they did a phenomenal job doing that and creating that. The only problem with that was there wasn't an ocean outside. So we still have our roots in Youngstown.
Definitely doesn't work here.
And now here, you know, you come and the food's approachable. You know, there's food from your childhood, there's food from your memory. You know, I was blessed to go over to Rome and all of Italy and see a lot of things over there and taste the taste. And until a chef does that, you can't recreate what is over there, you know. And over there is amazing simplicity in their food.
Well, that's exactly what when you were designing this menu, I'm glad I love that brick oven.
Thank you.
Because I mean, that just smokes. I mean, between meats and the pizzas,
plus you're
and
looking at it
everything.
right now and it just looks amazing.
It's beautiful, and it adds such a warmth to this room. You know, when you were going over the menu selection, what did you know absolutely had to be on this menu?
Well, pizza.
Of course.
And pasta.
And it's delicious.
Pizza and pasta. I mean, you know, two of things that you know for fact are everything about Italy. Pizza and pasta. And then you come down to the salumis and the formaggi, the cheeses. But, you know, pasta. We cook every order of pasta to order. We invested about $25,000 in our infrastructure in our pasta area. We have two machines, pasta cooking machines back there, and we cook every ordered order. It's all Rusticella d'Abruzzo pasta, imported from Italy, 96-hour dry time. It's bronze dye. It's absolutely the best pasta, and we cook it to order for every guest that walks through the door.
And the meats, you're always using, imported Italian
We
meats
are.
and
We have
cheeses?
prosciutto San Daniele right here. It's 2 years old. It's from the north. It's in the winemaking region of Coglio and Friuli. We have some finocchia, and of course we have porchetta, which is like one of the big boys of Italy. You take the pork belly and you wrap it with the loin, and then you roast it with fennel and orange and spices, and it's just amazing. And we have dolce gorgonzola and burrata, and then we have tartufo, which is truffled cheese. So.
And let's not forget Papa Canzonetta.
Yeah, we have tribute to my
those
dad
are
and his peppers.
Authentic hot peppers.
Yeah, my brother Jeffrey has taken over the business now since my dad's passing, and I started making hot peppers with my father when I was 6 years old.
You've been in the kitchen quite a long time.
I kicked my mom out of the kitchen when I was about 11. My love of Julia Child and watching her on television that Saturday afternoon completely changed my life forever.
And of all, you've been at many restaurants. I know you've had great experiences. We're going to talk about Guy in just a little bit. But of all the types of food that you've, prepared, what is your favorite style?
Italian, of course. Based on simplicity, based on food from the heart. As Emerald would say, it's a food of love thing. Mm-hmm. You have to sit there, you have to nurture it, you have to talk to it. You have to watch it cook. You have to be over it. It's nothing, Italian food you don't want to walk away from. You might want to put your sauce on simmer and walk away and have a glass of wine, but if you're making risotto and things like that, it's one of those things you have to sit there and talk to and watch.
It,
exactly.
Yeah. Now tell me about Guy. I know you spent some time helping him with his operations.
Yeah, I did. I had the very fortunate meeting him back when I was here when it was the CA restaurant, and we were doing cooking classes here, which were fantastic. And I met Guy back in 2010, and we became fast friends. And I was fortunate enough to work on his production team and research and development of designing most of his product line, and it really worked out well. And we'd always said, if we can someday, let's work together. And then one day out of the blue, I get a phone call from his handler, his manager, Reed Strathern, and they said, "Hey, do you want to work for Guy?" And I'm like, "Stop the boat. Where do I sign up?" How do you turn down the #1 guy in television? He represents 48% of every ad dollar buy of the Food Network.
What is the #1 seller?
Believe it or not, it's our filet.
People still love their beef.
Now we put they still love their beef. We put an Italian twist on it. We make a Chianti syrup to go with it. We serve it with pancetta, like big chunks of pancetta, crispy pancetta, and taleggio cheese, which is the Italian's version of brie. So that's our #1 seller. But pasta is right there #2. See, if I took pasta and combined it into one segment, but we have 10 pastas on our menu, it would be the #1 seller. But by definition, on our P mix, our product mix, it's always going to be the filet.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with owner Phil Rita and Chef Tank. Been on field trips. I know from where you get your food, and always, I'm never disappointed by your menu. What do we have coming up?
Okay, that's our Magic Monster Burger. It has 2 8-ounce patties and some Walnut Hill Farms pork belly on it with a little bit of pecan jam. We have our new pepperoni pretzel roll with house-made marinara. We have our award-winning bacon jam burger with premium pastured meat on it, and we also have our pot roast and of course our house pretzels.
It all sounds so amazing.
Casey, I am so proud of our kitchen team for the pride they take in making everything from scratch and supporting local farmers. It's what makes Magic Tree live up to who we are, and that's a place where people can eat, drink, and celebrate.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We do catering 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything you want. So if you want us to do one thing or everything for your holiday party, we can do it. We can do it with Gourmet to Go. We can do it with our off-premise catering. We can do anything that you want. We have lots of great restaurants in our community, but I would like to be the one that impresses your family and friends this year during the holidays. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
At the Vein Center and Med Spa, we realize the serious health issue varicose veins can cause. We know it's more than just cosmetic. We provide you with caring and personal service in a clean and friendly atmosphere. All vein procedures are done in our office during convenient and flexible hours by a medical doctor with over 20 years experience. The Vein Center and Med Spa also offers fillers and neurotoxin procedures, hydrofacials, and laser hair removal services. Call the Vein Center and Med Spa for a free consultation. See why our patients leave satisfied. Now accepting Anthem and Highmark.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
Mayflower Wallem is your full-service independent insurance agency for what matters most. Home, auto, life, boat, RV, umbrella. We'll find the right product at the right price for your family. Mayflower Wallem, with 3 locations to serve you. Hubbard, Ohio, center of the universe, corporate headquarters for 2 hot mamas. Who are the mamas? Audra and Christina. And they make these wonderful products that I'm sure you've seen in some of your local stores. And there is the hot pepper mustard and the hot and sauce. And it's just you two.
Yep.
They do it all, from the packaging to the cooking and the recipes. How did this all get started?
We just started making it at home. One day we were bored and decided to try and make peppers.
And it was not a recipe from the family.
No.
You guys made this up in your head?
We tasted a couple different things and we started researching them. We put a couple recipes together and we had a lot of taste testers. And then we started canning those 2 products and it blew up from there. Friends, family wanted to buy it. We went to some craft shows at that point.
Were you just tired of a normal job? I mean, did you do this because, you know, it's more than a hobby?
Right.
I mean, this is your business.
This is a full-time. We did it at first for money on the side and it just became huge, like really fast within a year.
So your first, before you had the corporate headquarters, you were doing this out of your home.
Yep.
And how long did it take for you to realize, wow, this is beyond what we can do in my
It
kitchen?
was about a year.
And then you were looking around for a space.
Oh yeah.
So, like, quantity-wise, the first year of business, how many did you make?
Couple bushels.
Yeah, like 5 bushels, so probably 15, 20 cases
Yeah.
the first year.
And now?
But we do that in a day.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I mean, that is insane. And ingredients, because I think that's the most important. You know, when I hear, you know, we have local people that, you know, for FDA, you know, requirements, they give their recipe to a canning plant. How do you control the peppers then? Because you obviously need hot peppers, and some summers we have horribly mild peppers, and they're not to your standards. So how do you know you consistently can find hot peppers? Do you have a special grower?
Usually in Ohio, during our harvest season,
Yes.
the farmers, we get everything locally. And we have lucked out the last 2 years with that, and the heat of the peppers, they've been pretty good. Now, when we bring them in the wintertime, if we have more orders than we expected and we didn't
Yes.
prepare in the summer, now we are bringing them in from Mexico, southern Florida, so they are pretty hot usually.
And do you
So we
deal with
bring-
the distributor that lets you taste them and make sure they're, you know, hot enough for you in that?
We usually trial and error, so we buy
Yes.
them, and then if we don't think they're hot enough, we'll talk to them or find like another place to get them.
Now look, we've got new products. Tell me about the new products, because this one is really good. The zucchini relish, and I love your jam. Who is really the creative one with the recipes?
I think we both, for the zucchini relish, I had extra zucchini from my mom's garden
Okay.
and just put it together, looked up some recipes. We brought it down. The level on the zucchini is very mild, so we kept that in mind for our customers that want something more mild, and we played with it. And the same with the jam. We knew our hot strawberry butter, which is our #1 seller, we would no longer have. So we said we need to keep something sweet. And this is actually good trial and error. The last 2 months we've been working on that. So we put together a couple different recipes. We talked it through what worked on the other ones.
Yes.
And we got the...
So the #1 seller really isn't the heat one. It's actually the mild.
Yeah.
So people's palates, and then on the hot side, you even went extra hot. So in addition to the peppers, are you adding hot sauces? You don't have to give me the recipe, because I mean, I know ingredients are on there, but how do you kick up the heat to make it extra hot?
So far, we've only gotten to habanero level.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have hotter.
I mean, I cannot believe how much mustard is in this cauldron. Now, how many gallons is in there?
Oh, this is just 10.
Just 10. How many jars will that yield?
Maybe 8 cases of 12.
Wow.
There you go.
Now, what kind of recipes have you used this in?
Oh, all kinds. You put it in a slow cooker with all your meats.
Really good.
We
Like
have
with pork.
Yep, with marinated vegetables in it
Yeah.
and grilled them.
Well, this is really good. I mean, do you see it you expanding? Can you get, do you want to go bigger?
Maybe one.
National?
Maybe one day, we would definitely love to get our products in more stores. We're in 25 stores. We would love to we are outside of Ohio now, but even further outside. And I think one day it would be really cool to franchise Two Hot Mamas, have them in big tourist areas where they can come in and try peppers and, get our products.
Yeah, especially like down south where it's warm.
Yeah.
And you have to, maybe the corporate headquarters might move down to Charleston or someplace by the beach. Yeah, that would be good. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years. And my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court. And remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I am blessed with a wonderful husband. He's stuck with me through thick and thin, and he's a fantastic father. So when he needed long-term care, not just any place would do, we did our research. Everyone said, trust the name you know, Briarfield. With all those locations, there's always one close. That made it easy for me and the kids to visit more often, Briarfield.
Trust the name you know, Briarfield. Proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service independent insurance agency for your business. We work with several companies so you have choices for your insurance needs. Commercial properties, professional liability, bonding, and general. Trust Mayflower Woolham.
The Kamara family is thankful to be a part of many great organizations within our local community.
Organizations like Making Kids Count.
We rely on donations from local residents and businesses to make our mission possible in the Valley. Kamara Jewelers has been a sponsor of us for several different events that we've had. We're so thankful for the community that we live in and could not do this without them.
Join Kamara Jewelers in supporting Making Kids Count and make a difference today.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. Well, today I have got an excellent appetizer that is so easy, so delicious, and it's going to look like you went through all kind of trouble. But it is delicious. I love goat cheese. I love the creaminess of it, the earthy flavor, and you just don't want to serve a log of goat cheese. And this is softened goat cheese with a flavorful infused oil with a lot of different spices, of course garlic, and then with a toasted baguette. When you go to your next party or you have people over, this is so easy to make and it will wow them. I just made it last week for a party and let me tell you, they were impressed. So let's get this going. I mean, this is quick. In no time, you're gonna have this ready to go and you're gonna enjoy it and you can thank me later for the recipe for my marinated goat cheese. For this recipe, you'll need 8 ounces of goat cheese, 1 teaspoon of whole allspice, 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1/2 teaspoon of anise seeds, 4 strips of lemon zest, 2 cinnamon sticks, 5 garlic cloves chopped, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and 1 baguette sliced. Well, the first thing I do is I broke up an 8-ounce log of goat cheese and I just put it in little single serving ball sizes and put them in a shallow dish. I'm just using a really pretty, glass pie plate, but if you have anything just shallow enough and around this size, that will work perfectly. So we'll let this sit at room temperature. Then I slice the baguette about 1/4, 1/2 inch. And I did not treat this with oil or anything. I have a preheated oven of 425, and I'm gonna put them in there to toast 8 to 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on it so it won't burn. So I'll stick that in the oven. Before we go to the stove to warm the infused oil, I wanna release the flavors of the coriander seeds and the allspice. So what I'm going to do, if you have a mortar pestle, that's the perfect time to use it. But you can also use the flat side of your chef's knife and just bear down and break these up. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if it looks like the allspice is still a little big, just, crack it up with the knife. You just want to release the flavors. It makes a little bit of a mess. I probably should have done this in a bowl. But that's all you want to do is just release the flavors. All right? So that looks pretty good. It really smells good already. There we go. That looks good. All right, so now what I'll do is add all of this into the pan. 1/2 cup of oil, extra virgin olive oil because you are going to be eating it, the chopped garlic cloves, these cinnamon sticks, that adds a nice warmth. Gotta have the heat with the crushed red pepper, the lime zests, and last but not least, the anise. Now I will pick these up with the knife, transfer them. So now what we're gonna do is head over to the stove, put this on medium. We don't want it to burn. We're just going to cook it until the garlic is golden. Keep an eye on this. I do have this on medium-low because you do not want burnt garlic. That will ruin this dish. And you don't want it to get too gold. You want it to be very, very light brown. But just keep an eye on it and swirl it around and make sure you get all these wonderful flavors together. Look at that. Beautiful. It smells so fragrant. And this is going to be a great addition to the goat cheese. And it makes it so nice and easy to spread, and it's just an excellent appetizer. This is about the golden color I'm talking about, because at this point it can turn very quickly in the oil. And you just want to make sure it's soft if you get a piece of the garlic. So you can see the oil is still hot and it continues to cook even when I take it off of the stove. And now we just pour all of this goodness over the cheese. Now the oil has been evenly distributed over the goat cheese, and just sprinkle it with a little bit of sea salt, and then let it sit for about a half hour so everything goes to room temperature. And don't forget to keep an eye on the stove with these baguettes. I toasted mine for almost 10 minutes, but my mom's is much more efficient here at the Casey Malone kitchen, and these were ready to go in about 6 minutes. Creamy, flavorful, really unexpected flavors with the cinnamon and the allspice. That is really good. That is a flavorful appetizer. Now, what do I recommend? How about a Spanish rosé? This is Caravaccas from the Rioja region. It's made with Tempranillo and with the Grenache grapes. Really pretty salmon color. Refreshing, really cuts through the goat cheese and these heavy spices. I'm telling you, you will be asked to make this again and again. And look how easy it is. Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, and you will get the recipe for my marinated goat cheese. Enjoy. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.